Well, 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 look what I have here. A whole new toy to play with and to teach from. It's kind of big, and so it's really hard to tell, but I'm going to slowly kind of zoom in. But this is a map of the universe, alright? And it shows the path of the sun. That's that yellow thing that's going around the outside. And it shows as it goes through. Look how detailed. It's a beautiful little map. But anyways, it shows how the sun goes through the sky, through the different constellations, which is why they're sun signs or zodiac signs. You'll notice there's all kinds of signs all the way around, everywhere, but it's only the ones that the sun burned through that affect us, alright? And this is for you guys that are those flat earth motherfuckers. Look, here's a flat universe. Especially because I think all you're doing is looking at a flat map and saying, well, the world must be flat. Well, look, I'm looking at a flat universe. Here's more power to you. No, I hope you April Fools. But this is our world. This is everything. This is all the science. This is our Bible. If you look, you can see the cross with the summer solstice as the shortest day and the longest, the equinoxes, the cross that we have to bear. We are born out of Virgo over here, and we back by down here in Scorpio, or we have to balance this cross here in Libra, and then we're backbitten in Scorpio. The sun dies on the winter solstice and is reborn, and then, so many days later he winds up in Aquarius where he gets baptized, and then he's got to go through Aries or Pisces where he gets his men, and Aries where he's the Lamb of God. You can see it's the way the sun, when the sun hits Aries over here, it's springtime. And, but his birth is way down here. But when he finally meets up here, he's the Lamb of God that takes away Aries. He's the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the earth. And the earth was all that came before him, right? All of this is fall and winter. This is where there's no growth and everything is entombed. And he, of course, dies and laid in a tomb and is reborn. It's the same story of Little Red Riding Hood. The story goes from nightfall, through the midnight till morning time, whenever they are awoken by some hunters. So, she's on her way to grandmother's house. So grandmother's house is Earth, and she's got a red veil because it's now in fall and the sun is going into fall, which is, diminished sun rays. And so she's, trying to get there. The sun, because of the rays of the sun and the direction of the sun, winter sets in, which gobbles up the earth. And then soon it gobbles up the sun too, in the winter solstice. And then they all three lay together until Aries comes, and there's a hunter that lets them all free. This is everything. All of these stories are all wrapped up in here. Beauty and the Beast. This is the right and left side of the minds. It's people that can't meet each other. Sunset to sunrise. These guys can never meet each other. Jesus is born here, and John the Baptist is up here. So while one gains, one will be declining. So, all of these stories are here. Every one of them. The entire New Testament I just showed you is in here. And we wake up in Aries. When we wake up, this is the head. And it spins all the way around to our feet. And our arms being Gemini. So it shows that what's above is also below. But anyways, this is Rick. I was just showing you my new toy. My new thing. It tells all the stories. It really does. Everything is in there. And what is above is also below. And so you'll have to understand that what is in here is inside of you. So think about that, And this is all the invisible sciences. These are the stars that fall from the sky and land on Earth. If you've noticed when I say Earth, and Earth is your mind, you are being influenced by all of these. I'm an Aries. I'm very much a part of this Aries culture, this Aries person. That's just me. I just can't help it. I know it's me. I'm influenced by this place. And all of this. And the Bible references all this all the time, Kenya, you know, about the Pleiades and all these guys, you know. There's so many references to astrology. It's pathetic. And right now, we're in the age of Pisces, which means the sun rises in Aquarius. I mean, the age of Aquarius, so it rises in Aquarius. And so what that means is a whole new change coming about, which is why everything's so fucked up and wild. You know, this old winter is gone in time, in the Earth's time. Winter meaning, you know, the death. This is the wolf in the story is always the bad guy. It's the winter. Winter is the wolf. So winter would be the devil as well. This coldness, the underside of things. So all of this has been where we've been for the last 26 or, you know, more thousand years, because each one of these ages represents 26,000 years. And if you notice that we're now in Aquarius, we're Aquarius, so we still have a little bit further to go before we get into the springtime of the Earth. So, you know, it's on its way out. Things are changing, and that's why things are absolutely crazy right now. And why people, you know, maybe those flat earthers will take my flat universe here theory, you know, quite literally, you know, because they should build off of their model somewhere and somehow, you know, because this is what we see when we operate from our Earth. This is what it is. This is the universe, our universe. This is all we have, and it's all our eyes will let us see. It's the only visible part. But I'll tell you that we are supposed to realize that what is up there, that we do see, what is visible, does affect us. It really does. And they are the stars that fall from the sky and live in a barn here, and that's in our mind. And they affect us all the time. They help us change through time. And if you're feeling a little wicked or wild or this or that, you know, it's just a sign of the time. And understand that this is the way it is. I'm here to teach you these energies here so you can make it through, because they tell you just go upstairs, see if you can turn on this interior light. Because right now, when we came into the age of Aquarius, this is finding the man that's carrying a pitcher of water. We're supposed to enter in his house and go upstairs, and then this Jesus tells he'll meet us there. And, you know, so that's not taken literally. The idea is that this access to our mind is a lot easier now. For some reason, because Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, which is Gaia's or Earth's, you know, original husband. So, you know, I mean, if you want to listen to any of that cosmology stuff, you know, it was their son Saturn who took the sickle to his daddy's penis and cut it off. And so, you know, boom, he's gone. And now we don't get direct love from him. Well, his daddy's coming back to reclaim, you know, and this is part of the Bible stories, is a way that he is coming back to reclaim the bridegroom. And so he spins backwards, and the world around us is going to change. And we're here to witness that. So if you knew these things that I'm teaching you or talking about, then things would be less scary, because you understand it as an energy movement within ourselves and within the cosmos, because we're made of that stuff that's out there. You know, that's us, them, and it's in us, all this. And if you understood any of that, then, and understood our times, where we're at in the world of things are less scary. You don't have to be afraid anymore. And it becomes a more interesting life. And just like it says, when you make it up there, when you finally do make it up there, it'll be a whole new heaven and earth. And that's a whole new way of thinking, and a whole new you that is born out of this. The new you, the new wine, the new name, you know, being reborn, rapture, you know. But don't think that all of this stuff is permanent, because everything changes. Just like we spin around, if we spin around, the whole world, everything moving. So there's a many different personalities still yet to come out of us, and different varieties of things yet to show. And so we always this idea of trying to trap heaven and to trap the most beautiful and to hang on to it. It doesn't show up in the science. It shows you're only there for a minute or a second or so, and then you're gone. There's just like it's just you can't be in that realm. It doesn't last long. So you get up there and have your fun, come back down, hold that light, and then you practice and you keep that light going. Oh, that light goes out. Because that's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. And it's all right here in these stories here, you know. And you could look up into the Egyptians' little things up there, and they've got the same things, different names, but you'll see the same stuff. Everything, this is ages and ages and ages old. Ages and old. The Mayans, everybody has these things. And oh man, I could just show you so many cool things about it. But maybe that'll be a different time. But I'll tell you, there's a story in every star. And each one of those stars correlates to a particular body part on you. And like I said, you know, what is above is down, is below. I mean, what's above is below. And they're just merely talking about this zodiac and this... all these stars, the influences of all of these things. It's really quite remarkable. And if you don't want to be a, what do they call it, a lost tribe of Israel, these are the 12 tribes that are lost because they've pretty much, they've bred it out of us. They don't want you to go this way. They don't want you to know anything about it. But this is, here's your Bible. Here's religion. And it did come from the stars. I love you guys. I'll take care of yourself. Bye.